this is in your textbook, in one of the sections you've already done, but it is only very lightly touched on. I want to make sure you get it, understand it well, because it is a document in the syllabus. And it's also a document in your syllabus too. The wording is very slightly different, but it's the same thing. Okay, we'll start with midpoint. Start with midpoint. Suppose I have a line segment PQ, and I want to find the midpoint, point that divides that line in half. There's a neat, clever way to do this with a vector, with vectors. So, to get to M, I'm going to go to P and then go down towards M. The position vector of M, which remember little m is the vector that goes from the origin to big M. That's this vector. Maybe I should get you another colour so you can see them. OM, that's little m. OP, that's little p. Right? I'm going to go little m is origin to P plus half of P to Q. You agree with that? Well, that's little p. Do you remember how we expand PQ with little position vectors? What do I write instead of capital P, the vector PQ? And what I write?
Oh, the points?
The points.
Yeah.
What do you think it is, Julia?
No, I got it wrong.
Remember doing that?
Oh, I wasn't wrong.
Position vector. To go from P to Q is little q minus little p. Do I need to remind you why that works?
Yes, actually, please.
Oh.
Okay. It's easy to show you. So if I want to go P to Q, that's the same thing as going back to the origin, then out to Q, right? So P to Q is the same as P to the origin plus the origin to Q. Well, this is negative OP plus OQ, which is negative P plus Q.
Cool. Thank
Or
you.
if you prefer, Q minus P, which is how I remember it.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Expand the brackets. This is P plus half Q minus a half P. Oh, it's a half of P plus a half of Q. Isn't that a nice formula? And I can find the midpoint. E.g., locate the midpoint of the line segment joining. I'm too lazy to write all those words. Better write it. The line segment between 3, negative 2, and negative 1, negative 8. Have a go. You're literally just going to go, the midpoint is half of 3i minus 2j and half of negative I minus 8j. Expand, simplify, find the midpoint.
So I've a stupid question.
Don't stupid if you don't ask.
I forgot what the I and J was for.
I hat is the vector 1, 0, and j hat is the vector 0, 1.
I get that, but like it's.
So this means 3 across, 2 down.
Oh, right.
That's the vector that
Okay.
gets me to this point
Yeah.
from the origin. 1 left, 8 down.
Yeah.
Is the vector that gets me to this point from the origin. Three on 2 minus a half. That's, hang on, that's 1 I hat. Negative 1, take 4. Did I get that right? No?
No.
That's
What
what
it- You
Oh,
agree with
yeah.
me?
I agree.
What
I
did you do
agree,
wrong?
I agree.
What did you do wrong?
No, I don't know, I was doing math wrong. I did half of 3 is not 1.5. I did like
Okay. Okay. Answer it in the context of the question. The question has no vectors, only points. So answer as the midpoint is a point, rather than a vector. So, too easy. What about something other than a half? Let's try dividing P, Q. We're going to divide this in the ratio, let's call this, I don't know, W, in the ratio 2:3. So I'm going to say something like, locate the point W that divides PQ in the ratio. Now I'm going PQ, I'm going to go 3:2.
Does that have any in the midpoint?
Yes, I've just divided the ratio 1:1.
Mm.
Now I'm going to divide the ratio 3:2. And there's a reason I wrote it like this. It is the same as, and it'll look more like the midpoint formula you already know if I write it like this. That'll remind you of the Cartesian midpoint formula you've done in grade 10. You did actually have a formula for the midpoint of a line. Midpoint between 2 points. But I write it like this because it's going to look it's going to look very like what we do here.
Yeah.
So, if I want to divide PQ in the ratio 3:2, well, I'm going to do the same trick. To get to little w, the vector, from the origin to there, I'm going to go O to P plus some multiple of P to Q. Don't answer because you've seen it. What fraction am I going to put here? Give you a moment to think. What fraction am I going to put here? Given over here, I went halfway. What am I going to put here? How far am I going? What fraction of the line from P to Q am I going to go? 2/3 is a good guess, but it's wrong. Good guess. I expect you to guess that, but it's not correct.
1/3.
It's not 1/3.
1/6.
Close. If I'm dividing the ratio 3:2, how many parts am I breaking it up into along this line?
5.
Ooh.
5. So it's.
And how many of those am I taking? 3 of them.
So that's 3/5.
I disagree.
Okay?
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. So that's little p plus 3/5 of little q minus little p. I went downhill there, that's all right. P plus 3/5 q minus 3/5 p, which is 2/5 p and 3/5 q.
You're like an Olympic speed rider.
I'm giving you time to catch up.
Yeah, but
So, see how they look similar?
yes.
And that's why I don't write it like this. You can, this is correct, but This will help you more when you come to doing a different ratio. Notice I'm getting less influence from P because it's closer to Q, and more influence from Q because it's closer to Q. Make sense? Okay. Let me give you O, A, B, M is the midpoint of OB. I'm going to call this vector A and this whole vector B. And I want you to find AB, no, that's too easy. Oh, no. OM, AM, and BM as vectors in terms of little a and little b. Go. A and X. So A to B is B minus A. That's an easy one. What Ben?
So we got
Good. And all of them? Try this one.
I should have been here for that. It's easy.
OM is half B. AM is negative A, to do it Julia's way, plus a half B. Or half B minus A, that's perfectly fine. BM must be negative a half B. Get M to N is
what's 6 divided by 3 to?
MA plus AB plus BN, which is negative 3x plus 2A plus x. Is that right?
No, what I got.
What'd you get?
Well, I went n to b is x, or negative x.
You're going from N to N though, not from N to B. N to N.
No, I'm adding them together. So n to b is negative x, right?
Yes.
And then b to a was negative 2a.
Uh-huh.
And then I did a to d, which is 1/3 a to m. Wait.
No.
Wait.
No, you
No,
want A to M.
it's 3.
It's 3x.
Wait. 3, yes, 3. That's what I wrote.
3x.
And then, so a to m is 2x.
No, A to M is 3x.
3x.
Because this is 6x.
Yeah.
3x. But you went the wrong direction. You want N to N, but we want N to N.
If I did 2x minus 2a, is that okay?
No, you've gone the wrong direction.
Oh, okay. Wait.
Look carefully. We want to go from M to N.
Also start from m and go around.
Oh,
From
so I went
M
the other
to
way
N.
around.
Both of you went from N to
Yeah,
N.
okay, that's right. It's opposite.
Yes.